Welcome to the video, and I want to say thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be telling you about a Canadian true crime story about a nurse that, in order to make her work a little easier, decided to take the lives of some of her patients. Let's get into it, guys. This is a grim story, so get ready. For nearly a decade, Elizabeth Wettlaufer was a trusted nurse in Ontario's long-term care homes. Families believed their loved ones were in good hands. No one suspected that behind her friendly smile was a serial killer, one who would later confess to 8 murders, 4 attempted murders, and 2 assaults. Her weapon? Insulin. A drug meant to save lives, but in the wrong hands, it became the perfect murder weapon. Elizabeth's first kill. One night, while working the night shift, she filled a syringe with a massive dose of insulin and injected it into his frail body. By morning, James was dead. The cause of death? Natural causes. No one questioned it. He was old, he was sick, death was expected. And that was all Wettlaufer needed to kill again, turning into a serial killer. Over the next 9 years, Wettlaufer moved between different nursing homes. Each time she found a new job, new patients died. Her next victims included Marlene Silverthorne, Maurice Granat, and Arpad Horvath, an elderly, all injected with insulin and all ruled as natural deaths. She had found the perfect crime. No one suspected a nurse. Insulin overdoses don't show up on standard toxicology tests. Her victims were already sick. She was killing in plain sight, and no one saw it. So, why did she do it in the first place? Wettlaufer later told investigators that she heard voices. She claimed God was speaking to her, telling her which patients should die. But when she was asked if she felt remorse, she responded coldly, "I knew it was wrong, but the feeling was too strong to stop." Her coworkers noticed odd behavior. She would brag about having a red surge, a rush of adrenaline after a murder. One nurse recalled Wettlaufer saying, "You'll never believe how hard it is to kill someone with insulin." A joke, they thought, but it wasn't. You'll never guess how she got caught. For 9 years, she kept killing, completely unchecked. But in 2016, after leaving her last job, she did something no one expected. She walked right into a psychiatric hospital and confessed everything. She told a counselor that she had killed 8 people and tried to kill even more. They thought she was hallucinating, but then she gave names, dates, and details no one else could have known. When police investigated, the truth unraveled. Elizabeth, the quiet, trusted nurse, had been one of Canada's deadliest serial killers all along. In 2017, Elizabeth was sentenced to life in prison. Her case exposed major flaws in Canada's healthcare system. How had she been able to move from one nursing home to another, despite all the red flags? Because there was no system tracking deaths in care homes. That changed after her case, but for the families of her victims, it was too late. Elizabeth Wettlaufer didn't fit the profile of a typical serial killer. She wasn't a shadowy figure lurking in the alleyways. She was a caregiver, someone trusted to protect the vulnerable. We all trust nurses, I know I do. But behind that mask was something much darker, and for nearly a decade, no one saw it at all. Well, after hearing that story, I know that I'll be frightened forever of nurses. A nurse being a serial killer is quite a frightening thing. They're supposed to be taking care of our loved ones and us when we're in need, but really they have access to so many things that, if given a little bit too high of a dose, can prove fatal. What do you guys think of this story? Comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.